Alright, we'll be facing e4, so let's go ahead and try the open game. Okay, standard stuff here, probably bishop e5, so Italian. Did you play knight f6 here? That's the plan, and that's what he gets. Yeah. This is all theory, obviously. Okay, so he's playing something dubious, isn't this? Did I misplay this somehow? I mean, after captures there. I think I fucked this up. Alright, so this is a fried liver. I mean, of course I've seen it before, but it's an uncomfortable position here. I think this is actually the theory. I think I've seen this before, but I mean, yeah. I have a king on e6. If castles, what do I play? I just gotta get my pieces out. Gotta get rid of that pin. This looks right. Time me to dream. Hoped up till okay. So he just brings that out. I mean, knight back here. Looks like the only move that holds on to the knight. This isn't so bad. Maybe I can tuck my king away here on e8. Might as well move the capture back. I think d4 here is really strong. d4 I have to capture basically, or else he's just going to capture and have this extremely strong pawn. So d4 captures, castles. Might as well pre-move the capture on d4. Yeah, this is a nasty position I got myself into. I mean, I'm up a piece, so if I can weather the storm, I'll get the win. But I definitely think I need to study some of these e4 openings before I play this stuff, because I'm not used to any of this. I usually play like the French or the Scandi, so I'm not used to the open games at all. Castles, okay. Maybe we play c6 here. c6, and the plan is to just march the king to safety. I have to say that that's definitely my favorite idea right now. c6, plays rook e8, move, he captures. We slide away. I think I like that. Yeah. Maybe even on rook a8. Maybe we go bishop d6. Oh, we can't go bishop d6, of course. Queen d6. I think we probably just want to get our king to safety, get rid of the pin. Queen might even be pretty safe on c7. There's no dark square bishop. So maybe we just need to do this. Now that this is protected again, we can afford these kind of moves, especially because we can capture with the pawn. Okay. So what's the plan here with this move? I'm saying he's shopping this and this, but I don't see it. Do you want queen check? Just tuck away. I think I just bring my king away, and I think I might be weathering the storm here. This looks good to me. I mean, am I missing something? Maybe he wants to check me here? Again, I just tuck my king away. I think this is fine for me. I think he's misplayed this a little bit. Really needs to get his bishop out on c1. If I can get my king to c7, my position will be much better than what it is now. Yeah, so okay, that's fine. I think I just. Oh nope. Actually, wait, no, I can't play this because this is covered. This square. Yeah, I can capture on that. Play this. I mean, I think queen d6 looks pretty solid here next turn. Maybe queen d6. Maybe we'll go b6 or something. We want to get rid of the knight for sure. The knight's a thorn in my side. We'll keep pre-moving this. I think it's best to take with the knight. Yeah, knight's definitely best. I mean, we're hitting this. Okay, this is to be expected. Maybe queen d6 here, holding on to the pawn. I think we need to keep some of our stuff here, otherwise we're looking in a bad position. Plus, it gets rid of this fork if I ever lose the bishop. Queen d6 looks like the right move. Queen d6, defending this again. We're hitting this guy. Yeah, I like the look of queen d6. I don't think there's any tactical refutation. He wants to attack, I want to defend. Pretty obvious plans here. Slightly careful that move. It's on the radar. Everything's kind of secured though. This dark square bishop, keeping a lot of stuff under wraps, but pretty loose position. That's for sure. We got this defended 3 times. Well, I guess only, no, 3 times. It's attacked twice, so right now we're good. Okay. Repeating a little bit. It's fine with me. We could repeat completely. We bring the queen out, hit the bishop. But I like this because now the bishop might be freeing itself. We probably want to, I mean, the queen's under attack, of course, so we need to move the queen. Queen e6 defends the pawn. We hold on to the pawn, but that limits the scope of my bishop, so it's probably not the best move. We're underdeveloped. We want to get some development in. We need to move our queen. And we need to develop. I think we just play queen b4. Only problem with queen b4 is that maybe it allows b3. Queen b4, b3, and then I guess we can play like bishop f5. We might be untangling after knight here to hold on to some stuff. So we're going to play this variation. So this is an interesting position at least. Yeah, he just takes. I think you take here with the knight. Yeah, it's a nice central knight. Take with the knight, and then we can play bishop d6, bishop f5. Yeah, so we want to get our bishops probably onto these squares. They look best. Bishop c5. Bishop f5 looks really good for right now. Bishop d6 I think is very crucial because we need to keep some solidity here. He might want to play like d3, d4. He needs to get his bishop out surely. d3 looks decent. Yeah, d3, d4, something like this. I mean, d4 we take, but it's not the biggest deal because really doubt we can hold that pawn. Maybe he wants to go like b3, put the bishop on b2, and control this diagonal. But that's kind of slow. Yeah, I guess the same speed really, but I don't know. Okay, I just kicked the queen. Yeah, makes sense, but I guess he's gonna fight for d4. So this kicks the queen, and he's gonna prep d4 next turn. Okay. So we need something here. We need to find the best square for the queen, of course. I don't like any like queen e7 moves, queen d6 moves. So that stops my bishop from coming to d6 where it wants to be. So we need to figure something else out. We need to put our queen somewhere where it can be safe and it won't get checked. It won't get attacked so that we can complete our development. Right, so thinking about all this, where does the queen belong then? That's the question. It's probably, I mean, queen b6, maybe. I mean, queen b6, d4, and then he's going to put his bishop on e3, and he's going to be hitting me. So I think that's wrong. I think we need to go on a light square. And I like the look of b5, queen b5. Queen b5 is nice because we can always swing in here if we need to. Plus we're defending this again, so we're going to play queen b5. I mean, let's make sure there's no tactics, of course. Queen b5, knight. Knight can go here, but that's not doing a lot. I mean, I guess the threat could be something like this, but so I guess we need to be a tiny bit concerned with this. I mean, queen b5, if he goes here, I suppose we can just play this. And this is met with that, and he's fine. So queen b5 looks fine. Sensible move. I didn't like putting it on a dark square like this, because maybe he plays this. And then it's not so easy. I think we really need to hold on to this e-pawn because of our king's position. I guess this sort of protects the e-pawn as well, so that's smart. Yeah, so we need to hold on to the e-pawn as best as we can, or at least make him fight for it, get our pieces out. Probably get our rooks on these files. Maybe these two. One of these three files. We'll be doing fine then. I guess the question is, if he plays d4 now, do we take it? Yeah, do we just take d4s? Maybe. I don't know, it's a scary move to play for sure. I'm not seeing where our bishop is going. Our bishop on f8, I don't see it. My bishop on c8, I don't know where he's going. I mean, what does he want here? He probably wants to get his bishop out and attack the e5 pawn. So I think he wants to bring the bishop out, like I'm saying. Attack the e5 pawn. I think d4 is a strong move. d4, e takes d4, c takes d4. Yeah, that looks really good. So this d4 now is after captures. His bishop is free, and his rook is potentially free. I don't like this as much, but this is bad, as we mentioned. We have to lock down here, but the problem is then he gets this with tempo, so no, of course not. We probably just go back here. I don't see any way for him to win the queen. Let's just play it quickly. All those squares look like they fail. I'm just going to get kicked back again, so no point. Maybe this is the best move, but I don't know. I guess it's pretty. Actually, I think that's a pretty good move, because now when he plays d4, he keeps my queen won't be defending e5 x rank e5. Yeah, this is oh, sweet. Okay, he didn't play the best move. I thought that was for sure the best move. So now we have some time to consolidate our position. So our bishop on f8 really, I think, is the most important piece to get out. Yeah, our bishop on f8's got to come out. So we got to figure out a way to bring the bishop out safely. Bishop e7 is not terrible, but bishop d6 looks good to me. Bishop d6, if he takes with the knight, we take with the queen, king, of course. We get rid of his strongest piece besides his queen. But then we're allowing queen to come in. So if we see this continuation, the queen can infiltrate on f7. There's no way to stop that. So that's not good. Yeah, that line doesn't look good. Maybe we have to tentative to play something slow here. Maybe it is bishop e7. Well, bishop e7, he still plays queen f7. He pins the bishop. You can play rook f8, but it seems like the bishop really can't move. Yeah, I think we might have to play g6 here. g6, I mean, the bishop is freed. Yeah, g6. If the queen slides in here, what do we play? That's a crippling move. No idea. I don't know. This is a gross position. Yeah, this certainly is. Again, but if we can weather this, we're up a pawn. So let's remember that. Maybe we gotta get something aggressive. I don't know. Maybe like knight f4. Hitting d3, knight f4. It doesn't feel right. Yeah, we need something. So we need to get this bishop on f8, or I guess maybe we could get the bishop on c2, c8, my bad, out. Well, if we can't move the bishop on c8, I mean f8, maybe we just try to get the bishop on c8 out, like I'm saying. Yeah, and maybe we put it right here on e6. The idea being that we're controlling f7 because we don't want the queen to come into f7. Then if he slides in here, what do we play? We could even consider like pawn up then. I don't know, let's calculate here. If he goes If he goes knight g5. I guess we could play like rook e7, rook e8. If captures, we capture. Only problem is bishop here, knight there. This is hanging. Well, looks like all roads lead to Rome, and all Rome is us losing. This is terrible. Maybe we do have to play this. But I don't see what the point. I mean, he just captures it. I can't even capture it back. So let's see, bishop here. If he brings this out, then what? Can we tuck it here? Bishop here. No, what was it? I was thinking about this. Get our rook involved. I think that's the best we have. I don't see anything else. After he goes here, we just bring our rook to f8. This will be instructive to look at with the engine after for sure. Queen f7, rook f8. He's just going to gobble up our pawns, but that's to be expected. And then I guess we actually get to develop in that line. Now, I don't like that. I don't think that's right. Because now we get to play our knight back here. Which is almost kind of what we want. We're going to play it quickly, because that's, I think, the best move. It seems obvious to me. Our queen's running out of squares, so we have to be careful. If this is played, we have to play this. It's not forced. We have this, but then I guess it starts to become a big threat. So we'll play that for sure. I mean, we're up a piece. We're going to pre-move the capture. Maybe we shouldn't pre-move that capture. Maybe we should pre-move this capture. That looks better, doesn't it? The reason I think I want to pre-move this because then we can get this open G file. It's dubious. I mean, probably going to play something like this anyways next turn. So we'll have to think about this for a minute here. But I think we're holding on here. You know, we might be holding on. Our position's still gross. Of course, I mean, this knight is disgustingly strong. So if possible, we'll take it. Okay. Awesome. So he takes. Gives us his best piece for free. I'm just now realizing that after g4, if we push this, this pawn is really weak, of course. So now we need to decide how to capture. If we capture with the pawn, this e5 pawn looks much better. But if we capture the bishop, we get these two connected pawns. Let's see, if we capture here, maybe he plays d4, and then we can't take because this hangs. So captures d4 takes. Of course, can't take. d4. Suppose we would capture here. Yeah, I don't think that's right. I think we have to capture like this. Because if we capture here, he plays d4. And then we have, I think we have to, because this bishop's going to be badly placed the whole game otherwise. Yeah, this looks right. Yeah, we'll play it. Thinking that if he plays d4 here, that looks very strong, of course. Then we capture like that. I mean, if we don't capture, say we don't capture, I mean, he can just capture or captures back. We have this isolated pawn again. But then it's kind of a worse position, I think, because the bishop's still here and we can't really get a good support. But yeah, I think this is correct. So we'll see what happens. See what happens here. After d4, we can capture because now we're controlling e7, so the rook can't slide in. Might want rook f8 here, just put it on the same place as the queen, of course. Rook f8 looks decent. Bring the bishop to e7, e6 looks pretty good. Maybe f5. Yeah, this is an interesting position for sure. Just in case he's getting crazy, we'll bring with the capture, but more than likely he's going to play b4 here, and we're going to have to play b6. But that's okay, I guess. b4, b6. Okay, b4, maybe we can get away with c5. It's a much more active move. The problem is after captures, what do we play? Let's see anything. It's definitely preferred. Interesting. Okay. Very interesting move. Yeah. Well, we can develop a little bit here. What's his plan with queen g3? Is he I mean, he's hitting e5 again. But it's not like he's going to take e5. Well, maybe he actually might. Because if takes, he's hitting this. So I move my king. So I go here, he can capture. Ooh, I think he's actually wanting to capture here, so I think we have to play rook e8 here. Yeah, rook e8 looks almost forced. Yep. So we play rook e8, and then if he goes bishop f4, it doesn't work, because we can capture and we're hitting the queen. But actually, it looks like it still works as rook e8. Bishop f4 captures. He takes here with check. That's critical. And then we're in a tight spot then. So does that mean after bishop f4 we have to play something ridiculous? No, I guess that's not a crazy move. Yeah, so I'm in between rook e8, queen a5, or bishop d7. I think bishop d7 is bad because, like I'm saying, I think you capture here. Because after we capture, he captures here. We have to move. So if we move here, it's captures there. He's got 2 pawns and a bishop for the rook. Plus, we have to move this guy. And say we move him here. Well, we can't move him here because the king's there. So we'll move him there, and then just take another one. You get 3 pawns, bishop, plus a very superior position. So I don't think this is playable for sure. Surely it's not. Let's not forget queen a5 does come with a threat. Queen a5, the threat being checkmate. But I mean, queen a5 threatens back rank. Plus it adds a defender and it stops this move. Queen a5 might be right, bringing the queen back into the game. Yeah, queen f5 looks better than rook e8 right now, because after rook e8, bishop f4 follows. But with queen a5, bishop f4 still played. I think the difference is that if I go rook e8 first, then he still gets, if I go rook e8, he still gets bishop b, he still gets b4, threatening the queen. So queen a5 looks right to me, because queen a5, if bishop f4 captures, is bishop f4 even a threat in this line? Queen a5, bishop f4. If we capture, he captures back. Yes, it is, because then, well, we defend it, but it's a much more dubious position. I think this is better. We're threatening mate in 1. So he has to obviously move the bishop or the rook or the king, I guess. I mean, there's a ton to move a pawn, but probably bishop is best. Bishop f4 is something to consider for him, I think. Yeah, you definitely can't completely discard it, but do we have king b6 as a response? Probably not. I mean, it's very dangerous looking.
queen f5, I think, is pretty precise. I think that has to be right. I mean, the king. Okay.
So that's pretty passive, honestly. Wasn't expecting such a passive move. I think now we're doing decent. Our worst piece is definitely the rook on a8. So let's get that into the game. The bishop on e3 is really badly placed because it stops the rook. I don't see any plans for him right now. I mean, any threats, immediate threats. Yeah, so I quite like the move, just bishop d7. I mean, the bishop's already on a decent diagonal. Actually, maybe bishop f5 is much better. Wow, that looks much better, actually. Bishop f5, we hit a weak pawn. Develop at the same time, bishop f5. This is a much better move. Let's just double check it. Bishop f5. I mean, what's our plan here? Our plan is to get these pieces out, put our rooks on these files, control the center, and tuck our king to safety. He wants to keep attacking. But bishop f5 puts him on the defensive. So bishop f5. If he plays d4, I guess we take e takes, loses a piece, but gets a big attack again. That can't even be played. e5. Oh, I'm missing all these tactics. I'm so rusty. Bishop f5. If he goes d4. How many times have we got this defended? Twice. It's attacked once. This bishop's badly placed, like I said. Suppose we could tuck this. I don't know. I think bishop f5 is correct. We're gonna play it. I want some time for the rest of the game. But I know we have to get the bishop out. It's either d7 or f5. I like f5 because we hit this. d4 is the right move, I think. Now that I look at it, d4 is not so easy. Not so easy because we play e4. e4 and... Oh, but we can't play e4. I keep missing that it's pinned. Okay, so he offers this exchange. Right, so that's interesting. I mean, there's a hanging pawn. I mean, never mind, it's not hanging, the queen protects it. I mean, if we take, do we just help him? Takes. It looks like it helps him, he's just hitting the pawn again, so we probably need to get our rooks out. I believe a rook out, and then we really want to tuck this king away off this pin. Surely. Yeah, I mean, we can play this rook here, so then after captures. He's in check. Yeah, I like rook e8. Yeah, rook e8 looks decent. Rook a8. Rook a8, bishop captures f6, g captures f6. And he has a check here, so I need to calculate that. I mouse slipped. That's unfortunate. What are you gonna do? Well, of course we're gonna capture with the pawn. This check is still very real. Don't think it does anything. You know, actually, now that I think about it, I think this might have been the best move. Wow, what a lucky mouse slip. Because if my rook would be here, then this check would pick up this pawn. I mean, I was about to calculate it, so I would have seen it, but wow. Let's just say that's lucky. Actually, this helps me, I believe, because we're gonna put our king on b8, which is kind of where it wants to be. Yeah. Well. Right, now we have this protected, plus this king is running out of squares. We can play b8 pretty quick, I think. No reason to try anything silly. g4 maybe? No, the bishop just comes back. This pawn is hanging, so after g4 maybe the idea is just take the pawn. Again, his back rank is kind of suspicious, so he needs to be a little bit careful. Queen e7. What is the idea with this? Queen e7. I'm not sure what the idea is here. The pawn's hanging, but do we want to be greedy here and take it? I guess we'll have to think about this. We can offer the queen trade. I think that's the most principled move here. We're up a piece. Just trade. Attempt to trade here. Is it forced? No, he's got these squares. But, yeah, I like this most. Offer the trade. If any of these, this is the only good move here. Queen a3 protects the pawn. Queen a3, but I think we play rook d8. Yeah, rook d8 or like rook h g8. Either works. So after rook a3, his weakness is definitely the d3 pawn. Okay, so he misses that the pawn's hanging, I think. Pawn takes. Is there a tactic that I'm missing here? Maybe just wants to start rolling the pawns after this capture. If I take here, plays a3. I guess the question is, can I defend? So bishop takes d3, a5. We have a6. I think we can defend this. This is going to become a very weak square, but it's a light square, so that's important. Let's just double check that everything works out. We might even want to offer a queen trade again first. I think that might just be best. Yeah, I think that's just best offer a queen trade here. Yeah, just offer it again. And just pre-move the capture. The reason I want to offer a queen trade is because, like, if I take the pawn, he does have some counterplay with a5, and I'm already up a piece, so I don't think I really need more material to win the game. Should, in theory, just be able to win it. If I can get rid of his counterplay, keep my position safe with the bishop, play on both sides of the board, I should just be able to win it, but I doubt it will be so easy. Our opponent is definitely grinding this out. I mean, it's been a wild game. Okay, so we got a capture. That's good for me, I think. Now you gotta go, like, I guess rook a b1, rook a d1, and then I just go rook d8, right? Rook a d8, rook e3. Oh man, he gives up a pawn. What's the purpose of this move? I mean, what do you want with this? Take here and maybe just start pushing this pawn, but I don't get it. I think this is a blunder for sure. I mean, I don't see what his plan is with this. If I was imagining, he'd want to protect his weakness, so just protect here. And he's got this pawn majority, so he wants to push, and we want to attack the weakness on d3, of course. So this is bad, I think, because we can just roll d4 again. I don't know, I don't get it. Okay, but we just take this pawn now, right? Take this pawn and we put our bishop on this strong diagonal, and I think we just are better. We'll take his weakness. Yeah, no reason to think too much. After this capture, we might want to play this. Bishop's better on this diagonal because it blockades the pawns. defends our king. So now we want to get rook on g8 and d8. The two open files, yeah, and this capture is not as good, is it? Or am I missing something? Did I just blunder? Oh, maybe I blundered. Rook d8. Oh, I definitely blundered that.
That's not good. Oh man, that's bad. Rook b5, I mean b5, c takes b5, a takes b5. Yeah, that's not good. Does rook d8 hold? Rook d8, b5. C takes. No, we can't. So the bishop just has to go right back. It's pretty poor. So we need to figure out the best diagonal for the bishop. Guess do we want the bishop here eventually? The problem with this is he gets this move, but then I guess we can defend here. Yeah, we just need to play something. And we need to remove this capture. Yeah. So we're up 3 pawns. Well, not 3 pawns, we're up a piece. Even pawns. But he definitely has counterplay. Yeah, just a huge blunder, of course. Try to trade, I think, is what you play here. Yep, let's offer a trade. And I think if he trades, he loses the game for sure. Yeah, saw this, and I think we go rook here. The only problem is slightly dubious. This is probably a better move now that I'm looking at it. He just comes in. This is interesting. If I play rook d8, he brings his other rook here. And then if I move anywhere, he will just take here twice. So we need to play quick. I think it's between this and this. I think this is better because we're hitting this guy still. Is there anything to be careful of? Any tricks like this? No, I think he has to move. Yeah. Rook d6, trading pawns, I think is what you should play. Yeah. Just trade pawns here. And he's got a better pawn structure, of course. But he does have back rank weaknesses, so he needs to be a little bit careful. What's our plan? I just trade down. Get a bishop on, maybe put our bishop on a6 eventually, where it's strong and defends b7. a6, c6, something like that. I think that was the best move, bishop c4, because we're still attacking this pawn, which is his weakness, and yeah, he's just going to trade, right? Yeah. I think we can offer another trade here. This, but it does allow the doubling of rooks, so we're going to abstain from that. So let's just keep offering rook trades. Yeah. It's a long game. Be good to analyze for sure. Remove the capture. I only got 3 minutes left, so we're gonna have to play quick here. We're up a piece. We do have a passed pawn. So our king's very unsafe. I mean, it's not. I guess it's not unsafe since we have 2 rooks and a bishop around, but it's very naked. Right, so I thought here we can just play bishop c6. I guess actually bishop a6 is better. Oh, it's terrible. Oh my goodness, bishop a6 just loses the game. Wow, that would have been bad. Bishop c6. Yeah, bishop c6 is played here, and then yeah, it's bishop c6. He might play this, but he can't take because we're defending it. So I have to be careful of some tactics. I mean, bishop a6 would have been awful. It's just rook takes, and we're lost. So glad we did not play that. Here, just rook g8, playing for some tactics. Gotta play quick, so I'm just gonna play a quick move that I know doesn't lose. I guess if g4, h5. I want to get the pawns on the same row so that we can have one rook defend them. That's seems nice to me. So I guess after g3, we probably just push h5. If he doubles, is that a threat? Rook b1 and rook ab1, is that a threat? I mean, no, because he can't capture. That's the thing, this isn't capturable. He can't capture here either. Because the bishop, so this is why I wanted a bishop there, so I think we're okay. If he doubles, what about if he goes rook c1? Rook c1, just rook takes g2. Rook takes g2 check. Yeah. And then if he goes rook f1, we have bishop e5. And, okay, so yeah, rook c1 loses because we just take here. And then if this is played, I guess we can check. Oh, but then takes. Right, so you can't do that. I don't know what the point of that was. What is this move? Like, what is he playing there? It doesn't make any sense to me. Anyways, probably just push past pawns. Yeah, you push past pawns, but we're gonna get a play for an activity first. Hold on to this e5 pawn. No reason to give up such a strong pawn. Okay. I think we just start pushing. We need to queen before he does. Plus our rook's on the right spot. If rook b1, we go back. If g4, okay, that's probably resourceful, but we're gonna offer a trade. 2 minutes, 28 seconds left. We should be able to win this up a rook. Plus we got a pass pawn, so yeah, I didn't like rook e5 here for him. This now you got to go back and we get a free push in. Yep, just push. Right, and now we're just gonna put our rook here, slide it behind, and start to push this pawn. And we should be able to win this. Probably rook b1 here, rook b7 maybe. Right, so it's not super easy to win actually, because these pawns are fairly quick. So we'll offer another trade. Obviously you can't capture. And this is nice because we can just put our rook on e8, e7, and it defends both pawns. Which is good because our pawns are actually pretty strong here, I think. Just push the pawn again.
We'll just make this pre-move here. Okay. Interesting. Now we can get if we play here, he captures. We capture for the queen. Oh, that's a better move. Yeah, capturing like that is much better. Definitely have to be careful in this position. Let's turn on auto queen real quick. Okay, so he made the right play. Right, so now I think we need to start cleaning these guys up. We definitely need to go after this pawn first. Now we can give up a rook, which is important. We need to defend this pawn is what I'm trying to say. So we have the rook on the right spot. And we should be able to win this guy next. Pre-move this capture. Yeah, and you can resign here, I believe. Because now our rooks defend each other. And we can just capture. Let's make sure there's no stalemate. Yeah, I mean, if you play here, you can just go there. This is flashy. H5 check. What am I doing? What am I doing? Just play safe. We're just gonna get him with this classic checkmate, I guess. Yeah, there should be no notice of that. Okay. Well, decent game.